that one hurt, I thought, because that one angered me. And I had feelings that I haven't felt since last season watching that game, where it was
Did
just
the cowley feelings come back?
It was just fucking boring, wasn't it? And it was just nothing.
Here we go. It's the Pompey pod. We're back. It's 2024, and it's been a while since we've been on your 5 screens.
Last year.
But we are back, and we've got 4 games to talk about. A lot has happened, Dan, hasn't it, since we last recorded? Loads. People have lost their mind.
Yeah, people have lost their minds.
They've lost their minds and found them again. It's been a silly season over Christmas. We have had what we had. We've had Fleetwood. We have had Bristol Rovers. We have had Exeter. And that was one I nearly forgot. And then we've had Stevenage.
How could you forget the Exeter game?
Well, it was eventful. It was eventful. But,
I've got a favourite part of that game, which I'll talk to you about in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I really want to go straight into that now, but we'll save it. Right. I think we can clump those 3 together, can't we? Those 3, 2 points from 9. It was a shitty period. There's no denying it.
Yeah.
Any kind of outstanding moments for you that really are worth any airtime?
I'm trying to think of the Fleetwood game. Fleetwood. So Fleetwood was 1-1, and
Fleetwood we were really flat, and we took the lead just before half time. And I thought we were going to kick on after that.
I can't remember. Come on,
Bish from the penalty.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Bishop penalty. It's kind of like they gave the ball away, didn't they? And then the same guy kind of just dived in and ended up.
Yeah, that was a weird game. Because Fleetwood were shite, but we just didn't seem like we could be bothered. It was just a really weird game. And then they got.
You can see they were going to equalise. It was coming, wasn't it? And it wasn't until they equalised that we suddenly thought, okay, we've got to start doing something here. And we just didn't, did we?
Oh, I remember what happened. Weird substitutions that game as well. I thought.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing for me. I understand people. Well, I don't understand actually, because Bishop for me is a better striker than Yengi. I can understand why people get excited about Yengi because he's done a lot in a short space of time. But Bishop's still the number 1 striker for me. But surely in that game you've got to bring Yengi on him. You give him 20 minutes at the end.
Yeah.
Rather than Scully.
Yeah, it was Scully. Who's it he took off first? He took someone off first. Was it Robertson? I can't remember now.
Possibly, I can't remember.
He took someone off.
It's so long ago.
Or was it? Oh, I think it was just. Was it not just a standard lane for white change?
Lane white business, probably.
Yeah.
And Sadie Robertson, and then Scully for Kamara, I think it was, wasn't it? Whereas at that point, I thought, come on, at least give Yengi 10, 15 minutes, and see if we can do something. But he never did. Which I think is, clearly we were a bit flat. I thought it was just going to be a one-off, but then it wasn't a one-off. We went in, we looked exactly the same against Bristol Rovers, pretty much.
I didn't see that one. So
did you not? It was almost identical. Bristol Rovers had a little bit more quality. He changed formation, Dan. He changed formation to match him up 3-5-2.
Get off.
And it kind of worked for 20 minutes. But then we got caught by
the wing backs then? Sparks and.
No, he took Sparks off. He had Kamara and Lane as the wing backs.
That's wing backs. Whatever next.
Well, I think that's kind of why we ended up losing that late goal because we weren't really defending that well. So he had like a Rafferty, Raggett, Shocknessy back 3.
Okay.
But I think it was one of those. And then we obviously go on to Exeter, which was again dull. We had those 3 games where we just sorry to
interrupt. When did he do this 3-5-2? It wasn't.
Well, he did. No. It was kind of about. I think it was just after they scored actually, because we were really flat. They then scored from that free kick, didn't they? That everyone said that Norris should have turned into Peter Schmeichel and somehow saved it. It was just a good free kick, really, wasn't it, to get it up and down from just outside the box. I think he did very well. But it's just flat flat Eric for all three of those games.
And White started that game, so did he do his chances well? Did he do his chances well?
Did he do his chances well? Well, let's just say his best 10 minutes are still against Bolton, and Excellent. I've not seen him do anything else to justify his hype. And I bet I was one of those who was kind of quite excited about him being in the squad, but that excitement has now very much disappeared, as we will come on to later when we talk about what we need for January.
So the Exeter game, I did watch the Exeter game.
Yeah, excitement.
And that one hurt, I thought, because that one angered me. And I had feelings that I haven't felt since last season watching that game. Where it was
just cowley feelings come back.
It was just fucking boring, wasn't it? And it was just nothing. And it was just, we're not going to score, we're not going to do anything.
Well, I think the only thing it did is really help the anti-Bishop brigade, because obviously he missed that header, didn't he, early doors?
Yeah.
Which ordinarily he wouldn't miss, would he? But he did. And that was it. That was pretty much it for chances, wasn't it? There's nothing after that. Nothing.
Yeah, I thought we got into good positions in that game, but then we just looked sort of, I don't know, lazy, sort of. I don't know, just like we didn't have that killer instinct in the final third. But do you want to know what my favourite part of that game was?
Go on.
My favourite part of the game was when we won the free kick just over the halfway line into their half with seconds to spare. And what do we do? What did we do with it? Morel did his hold the ball in my hand, put it down, and pass it quickly backwards.
And then it just got passed back to him, didn't it? It's like, so you weren't even trying to change the angle of it.
No.
And it ended up going back to Norris, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's like,
it's just last seconds, just pump it in the box. Yeah.
Old style. You don't have to do a 4-yard pass.
Yeah. If I was going to be hypercritical, that's the thing that irritates me most, I think. And I noticed it on on Monday against Stevenage. People were sort of getting restless in the ground when just the constant playing the ball backwards and short passes all the time. You just think, come on, sometimes we can go forwards. But that's being hypercritical, I think.
It's I agree with you. It's kind of, Exeter was just so infuriating, wasn't it? We didn't seem to have any end product in it. And I think we got to the stage where after those 3 games, we looked and obviously you put in there the Wimbledon mauling as well that we got with the, which I don't really count as it's a reserve team game effectively, isn't it? Yeah. But we were obviously poor that day. And so you look at those 4 games together, 2 defeats, 2 draws. And it kind of demonstrates the lack of our depth, I think. Yeah. I think outside of our strongest 11, which I think our strongest 11 currently is the one that started against Stevenage. And I think when you look at outside of that, you've got some options, but I think those options are that Sadie now is clearly an impact player, isn't he? And even then, he's not always the impact player he was earlier in the season. White, again, White, he is what he is.
We had no striker, did we? We've got no striker now, other than Bishop. We've not even got Yengi, so.
Which is one of the reasons why I'm quite surprised he didn't get some minutes or more minutes over that 4-game period, because obviously he had 4 games close back to back, pretty much. I don't know. Even it was almost like he couldn't bring Bishop off. I would have maybe brought Bishop off for Fleetwood, giving him 20 minutes off. I don't know. Anyway, those games are gone. Stevenage. What was good was the attitude, I think, the way we went about Stevenage. I think we should, obviously we'll talk about the game in a minute, but the way we approached the game, I thought the first couple of minutes we looked a little bit dodgy, but from then onwards, actually, I thought we could, not control it, because it was quite end-to-end, wasn't it, the first half. But in fact, if you weren't supporting one of the 2 teams, it would have been quite a good game, I think, to watch.
Yeah.
What was your view from the stands? What was the atmosphere like before the game? the general consensus? Because I think it's the minority are on Bishop's back, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Bishop thing. The Bishop. Can we jump straight to the Bishop celebration?
Go on. Or? Oh, go on, then. Go on. Yeah.
Oh,
you're a fan. You're a big fan.
I am a massive fan, as you know. He's my man crush, but he's ruined it now. I packed him in. Yeah.
You packed him in.
Yeah.
Pinned him off.
Yeah. I just thought that was petty as you like, that celebration, because I noticed it when he did it, actually, because we're down that side, but by the halfway line. Yeah. And I said to my son, did he just, because he looked like he went to do something, then he just stopped and put his things in. And I said, he didn't used to play for Stevenage, did he? And we were like, no. And I was like, why was he not celebrating then? And then I went, oh, he's sulking, isn't he? I went, that's what it is. He's sulking because a couple of people have said something nasty about him and said, yeah, you should be playing. And so I've seen the replay a few times now where he just sort of shrugs someone off and then he does the old hands to the ears business.
Yeah.
And then there's another one where you can see Rafferty is sort of having a go at him for it, but then Bishop says something to him. But yeah, I just think that's quite petty. I just think, yes, I mean, I'm not in his shoes, but I just think it's not everyone's on your back, mate. You get quite a lot of love at Fratton Park. And I just thought it was quite a petty celebration, really, to not celebrate and then to do that to your own fans. It's just I can understand sort of where he's coming from. And there was an interview with him as well where he's come out and he said why he did it and all this lot.
I haven't seen that interview yet, but it was with.
Well, I read it today. Yeah, I read what he said, and he was saying that he said, "Oh, it's I try not to listen to things, but when people are bringing it to your attention, so I wonder whether his teammates have gone, here, look at this, look what people are saying about."
Kobe, everyone thinks you're a twat.
Yeah.
Should be near the team.
Yeah.
But sure, I appreciate we're League One, but surely there's got to be something that you just get off Twitter, don't you? Get off socials.
Yeah.
Because I think I find it difficult if people give you barrels and you don't really feel it's deserved. But but surely, you've got to have something about you to say, it's just noise, isn't it? And I suppose if you were looking on socials, I must admit, everything I was looking at, the vast majority was saying, should be near the team, should be Yengi this, Yengi that, and it's almost, again, it's like it's like a divide thing, isn't it? You're either pro Yengi or pro Bishop.
Yeah, I know.
It's the same team. They're the same team. People, they all play for the same team. And I think Bishop's goal scoring record speaks for itself, doesn't it? I don't think you can say that he doesn't put in a shift pretty much every game. It doesn't necessarily.
Oh no, of course he does. Yeah.
But he 100% puts in a shift, doesn't he? Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I do think it's a bit petty, and I think you've just got to kind of shrug it off, haven't you? And he did the same thing last year when he went for a little bit of a dry spell, didn't he? And then scored and kind of went up. I think he went up to the north stand and then did a little punch in the air, just say, there you go.
Yeah, that'll show you. Yeah.
I don't know.
And the other thing I've seen today was Big Fat Steve Evans interview on YouTube. Yeah, did you watch it? The Steve on. Did you see some of the things he said about how they dominated, completely dominated the second half? He was going mental about the referee, but he always does anyway. And I thought the referee was quite shit, but no shitter than normal.
I think the only real horrendous mistake the referee made was not sending Pack off, because Pack should have walked, shouldn't he?
That's what he was talking about, wasn't he? Yeah. But his yellow card, I don't know whether you saw the replay again on TV.
No, I didn't. I did wonder why he got yellow card in the first place.
It was a filthy tackle by the other guy. Him and Pack both went in, but the other guy went in 2-footed, and all because it was right in front of us, and we were all like, "Oh, that guy's going to get a yellow card." And he booked Pack, and he didn't. The referee didn't even see it. He did the. I'm just going to give the obvious free kick, the obvious card here, because I haven't actually seen the foul. So I'm just going to sort of assume that Pack did something because of the way they finished up. So no, it wasn't even a bad tackle. But
I wonder if that's what was in his mind when he didn't send him off, because it was a Maybe, there was a clear yellow card, wasn't it? The instant. But what about the penalty? I don't suppose you would have had a great view from where you were, but you've seen it back.
No, what was
the non-penalty? But
no, I haven't seen. I haven't seen that on the highlights.
I think it's one of those whereby it's one of, I'd say it's 70-30, not a penalty in my mind. It's one of those it's given. You can understand why it's given because it clearly hits his hand. There's no two ways about it. But his hand is mostly Shaughnessy. Yeah, it's not completely down by his side, but it's mostly down by his side. It's not kind of out here or anything like that, but it's mostly kind of, it's just slightly away from his body. It's not, it's one of those, I think, I'd even say 80-20, not a penalty, but some of them you see given.
Okay.
But
no, I haven't seen it. But
certainly
Steve Evans he didn't see our penalty either, did he? The one where Kamara went through for the third time and he blatantly got fouled. But he stayed on his feet and got the shot off. And I think if he'd gone down, we would have got a penalty. But
well, do you know what? I said that initially, and then I watched it back, and he was actually fouled just outside the box.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, and so the player would have obviously been readied. To clean through. But we'll come back to Kamara in a minute because I think that's interesting, especially the fact that he should have scored a couple, shouldn't he? Not three.
3 1-on-ones.
3 1-on-ones. But I can kind of see what Evans is saying a little bit about the second half because I thought we just turned into a panic, boot the ball away.
Well, I don't.
The last 20 minutes, particularly.
Well, I thought they were the better team in the second half, but I don't think they were quite dominated it, as he said. It was one way domination, is what he said. And Pompey didn't have a clue. They didn't have a clue.
No clue.
Against mighty Stevenage in their long ball football. I think they were the better team, but I think we still sort of created the better chances, and we didn't play well second half. But I think that's been what's happened a lot this season, hasn't it? When we've gone in front, I've said this quite a few times on here. Where we've gone in front, we don't seem to go and kill games off, or a lot of the time we don't kill games off and get 2 or 3 or 4. We sort of sit back and keep trying to play it out, and then we leave ourselves open.
Yeah, and I think at one stage there's talk that Towler might be coming on just to go with a 5 at the back. I was thinking, please don't do that. That's just kind of asking for trouble, isn't it? Just not because it's Towler, just because you're bringing pressure onto you. Yeah, and that would have been. I think we would have struggled to get out. But in the end, I thought we did all right. I thought Stevenage, clearly, obviously the Thompson was absolute thuggery, but I think they were pretty filth anyway. Didn't you think they're generally quite filth?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Constantly leaving a foot in.
Yeah.
Did you have much
the Thompson
review
effect, isn't it? It's the Thompson effect.
The Thompson effect, yeah.
The Thompson's effect, because he should have gone. Louis.
Yeah.
There was a lot of. It wasn't horrendous.
Brother Louis.
Yeah, Brother Louis. Yeah.
Brother Louis.
But I think there could have been a few more cards, but
The one the tackle was a red.
Yeah, that was.
I think it's one of the worst challenges I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
It's not even as if he just went up with a high foot. He actually then did a little kick, didn't he? He actually kicked him in the face.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
He actually did a little thrust with his leg.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's got to be one of the worst challenges.
Yeah.
Some people are saying, was it a second yellow? Of course it wasn't a second yellow. It's a straight red, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's a definite straight red. There's no way that was that's a bit nice. Second yellow, get off.
Yeah, because was it him that did Norris as well?
Yeah. Jumped into Norris about 2 minutes before, didn't he?
Yeah, Norris didn't make a meal of it though, did he?
No, not at all. About 20 minutes he was down one.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well lately, Norris. Playing well.
Yeah, he loves a bit of time wasting, doesn't he?
Yeah. Getting a bit. It was that bit, wasn't it? He's getting really silly, isn't he, Norris? The bit when he was like, not going to pick it up, not going to pick it up, not going to pick it up. And then Geezer's kicked it between his hands. Well done,
I thought it was going to be was it a Barnsley situation? Barnsley even against
Barnsley and someone.
Wickham was on it. Anyway, so Kamara, 2-1 from two absolute 1-on-1s. Does he have a right foot, do you reckon?
The first half one was the one where he sort of ran from 10 yards into their half. And by the time he'd even got 5 yards in front of where he started, I thought, he's not going to fucking score this, is he? He's not going to score this.
You weren't confident.
Yeah, no. And then, is that the one where the shot went sort of out for a throw-in, almost? He sort of sliced it.
I can't even remember the shot.
Did he slice it with his left foot?
I remember him all I can remember him trying to get it back onto his left foot, and it's just just continue on your right. You're going across the man, and then he did the same, didn't he, on the second one? Yes, it was a foul, and he clearly fouled him, but he got away with it.
Yeah.
And, but even so, he's just trying to come back onto his left rather than he could have even got away from that defender towards the right, but it's obviously so little confidence on his right foot. That said, I'm beginning to really like Kamara. I think he looks
I think he's really much better than I thought he was going to be at the beginning of the season. I thought he was a bit lightweight, but he gets stuck in, and I just think he's an all-round better player now.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah, much better. But I think it's good. I think it's good attitude. Go on, what do I think? What
did you think of the man of the match decision?
Yeah, I thought it was quite tricky. Who did they give it to? Lane.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Because of a goal and an assist.
I think that's how it works.
Oh yeah.
So
I would have had it. Go on.
I would have gone. Well, I would have gone shocked to see. I think or Morale. I thought Morale was very good again. This is good. None of these are your three then.
Well, my three would have been. I thought Sadie had a great 9.5 minutes.
Sadie,
No, I'm kidding. No, I would have gone Chocolate, Morale, or Bishop.
Yeah.
Because although I know he scored the goal and I know he did the cup years and things, but I thought actually his all-round work rate it's always immense. I think, but I think it was particularly he clearly had a point to prove. But I thought Robertson was better. Still not where he was 4 or 5 games ago, but I thought he was better.
Yeah.
In the other day, yesterday.
Well, I'm going to say Shocknessy and Morale, but I'm not going to say Bishop because I'm being petty.
Like him.
And I'm upset with him for doing the ear cut. So see how he likes it.
So we are top of the league. We were top of the league when people were going absolutely ape, but I think we were at one stage 7 points clear. We're now 2 points clear. They've got a game in hand. Yeah, but we're still.
What the frig has happened there? Because I only realised that at the Stevenage game that when Bolton win their game in hand, they'll go top. And so we beat them, and then they lost to Bristol Rovers, didn't they? At home.
Yeah, and then they've won every game since. 4 on the bounce. So, in the same time, we drew. So we obviously dropped 7 points while they gained 7 points. So long way to go still, isn't there? 22 games or 21 for us, 22 for them.
Yeah.
I think we're in a decent position still, aren't we? People are absolutely losing their mind just saying, it just shows that we're, we've got no plan B, we've got no depth, we've got this, we've got that, we're not a good enough squad, we've been blagging it. It's just all sorts of nonsense.
Well, even if that is the case, because yes, some of it there may be some truth in those comments, but we've gone halfway through the season. We've played everyone, virtually. So we're top of the league, and if we're winging it, then I'm quite happy that we're winging it and still being top of the league. Let's wing it for another half of the season, please.
And then even the old school cries of I wish I'd have saved it, but again, it's he's been told not to win the league. He's been told not to get promoted. He's been told not to get promoted. It's like what are these people? What planet are you on? In what lifetime would the Eisners buy us and then just want us to stay in League One for as long as possible? Fair enough. Yes, the costs go up when you go to league, when you go to the Championship, but so does the revenue. Yeah, the revenue increases exponentially along with the wages. So it's just to think it's going to go up. It's just it's insane. Everything's a conspiracy. I'm getting so angry writing this that my tinfoil hat has almost fallen off. It's just so weird, aren't they? It's just like
not everything is a conspiracy. Not everything's got a story behind it.
And not everything needs to be divisive, does it?
Not everything needs to be divisive.
And I genuinely think it is just, I want some attention, and now I've got something that I can vent my anger, and it's going to be controversial, and therefore I'm going to get attention, and either people are going to agree with me, or better still, people are going to disagree with me, and then get into a nice little argument about it. What drives me mental. There's no two ways about it. We were shocking for those 3 games. We were really, really poor. But I think it was just a case of we haven't got a deep squad, which I agree with. We don't have a deep enough squad, and that was proved over that period. And I think players were just a little bit knackered because they're playing 4 games in 12 days or whatever it was.
Yeah, we were poor, and we dropped points, but 2 of them were draws. So, it's not the worst thing in the world. It wasn't 3
I think it's because we're drawing against teams we should be beating, which we were doing earlier in the season as well. But we've also beaten some decent sides as well. Yeah. All right, top of the league. So it's January window is now open. 2nd of January. No business as yet. We are being linked with that Ipswich defender. Other than that, let's quickly go for the squad.
Is that John Walk?
John Walk, Mick Mills. So let's just go through our squad. We won't go through the whole squad, but I just want you one word answers. You can elaborate more if you wish, but it's going to be either keep, last chance, or bin. We'll start with an easy one. Will Norris. You're not sure, are you? I like Will Norris.
Keep.
I like him. He is a bit annoying at times, but
keep,
I do like
him. We need a good backup. We need a good backup.
We need a better backup. Swanson divides opinion.
Last chance, I think. Last chance.
Okay.
One great game against Son does not a fantastic player make.
No. Towler.
I'd have to say last chance again, only because I don't think he's a bad player, and I thought he was all right last season, but I just think he's clearly not in favour, is he?
So no, there's something about him that Moose doesn't like, isn't there?
I think it's because he's quite sexy. I think Mousinho doesn't like that.
Doesn't like his wafty hair.
Yeah.
Okay. Ben Stevenson.
I'd keep. I think.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he hasn't had a lot of chances. But again, this could be a bit unfair to Towler, but I'm saying keep Stevenson. But he's, I think, with Stevenson he's not getting the chances purely because of the midfield that we've got. So I don't really know actually.
I think he's a decent backup, isn't he? Decent backup. Okay. Okay. Scully. Anthony Scully back fit after a long time out. Will he come good?
I don't know because I've not really seen enough of him.
I remember earlier in the season you described him as a Dale type character.
Yeah, well, I only saw him for a couple. I missed the first game of the season, and then I saw him. How long's he been out? Because I'm sure I've only seen him play a couple of times.
He was out after about 5 or 6 games, wasn't he? And he's only just come back the last. I think Wimbledon was his first game back.
I'm going to sit on the fence and say I don't know because I haven't seen enough of him, so I don't know.
Okay. Is a fan favourite. Gavin White.
Yeah.
Is it too early to say bin?
Yeah, I think it's too early to say bin, but I just think there's nothing about him that excites.
No.
If he was in sort of a CDM role and he was playing like that, where he doesn't need to assist or he doesn't need to score a goal, then you think, oh yeah, he's doing well. But it's the fact that he is a winner, but there's just no. It just doesn't seem like much creativity.
Well, that's the thing, isn't he? He's meant to be a creative player, isn't he? And I kind of suspected when they signed, I thought he would maybe be the Lane of the team, and Lane would be the sort of player who would come on every now and then and get 15, 20 minutes. And but Lane has kind of taken up that role of creating and scoring on a quite a regular basis, isn't he? Whereas You have to say, why it's not done anything, has he? He's literally done nothing. And I want it to work for him. I don't want to bin someone off after 4 or 5 months and just say, look, you played 20 minutes in a handful of times. I
don't think it's our decision to make anyway. But
is it not? Is it not?
But I would say, I'd say keep, because I think he's quite well thought of, isn't he? And I can't remember who it was, but there was someone who was talking about him, another player.
What, in the squad, you mean?
Yeah, it might not have even been. It might have been a squad player, but they were talking about how good he is. Basically, it was somebody who he plays internationally with. But I can't remember who it was. But yeah, they were saying how good a player he is. So.
Okay, so that what you mean, as in that they were a Pompey player? So it's Devlin or Lane? Is that what you mean?
Well, no, I can't remember whether it was a Pompey player or whether it was just another.
Oh, whether it was a Northern Irish international.
Yeah.
Tom Lowry, almost fit again. Almost fit. He's back on the grass, but then he was back on the grass, and then he's back off the grass and back on the grass. And
I would say last chance. Just because he's been out for so long now, and
he's one of those, and he just permanently injured.
Yeah. So until we see him play again, it's difficult to.
He was the main man last season, wasn't he?
He was, really.
Kind of like the turning point when he went off against Plymouth.
Yeah.
It seemed to be the turning point in Cowley's reign, didn't it?
Yeah. He was. We all thought he was the nuts, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, we certainly did. I liked him, but hopefully he can come back, and then he gives that other option in place of Robertson, doesn't he? Because Robertson's not going to be able to play the whole season. He's not played the whole season, is he? Okay, one more. Let's go one more. Okay, let's go for Bish. Oh, go on. Let's do Devlin. Go on, Devlin. What's your
I thought we were doing a sort of sub angle. Yeah.
Well, we were. And then I was chucking Bish in for the controversy, so we can get some likes.
Devlin, I was well up for until the Wimbledon debacle.
Oh, yeah.
And then he had probably the worst game ever. But no, I quite like him. I think he's good.
Yeah,
he's
industrious, isn't he?
For 10, 15 minutes, and just.
He's an angry little man as well, isn't
he? Yeah.
Angry little Irishman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's. I like Devlin actually. It's difficult to see what his actual game is. I think at the moment, obviously he's very young and he's about 19, but he what sort of player is he? Is he a wide player? Is he a centre midfielder? Is he creative? Is he? I don't know. He's just a strange. Not really. He's not really pigeonholed in any.
No, true. No, but I think
but I do like him. There's something about him.
I do, and I think it's testament to him that he gets involved in a lot of games at the age of 19, when you've got other players on the bench that have got more experience than they don't get.
Yes. Did you say and better looking? Oh no, don't get looking.
Don't get looking. Yeah.
And better looking like Taylor.
Yeah, and better looking like Taylor, like sexy Taylor. Yeah.
Taylor. Okay, and finally Bishop.
Fair game.
Do you think? Okay, here's the thing. Let's talk about Bishop in a different way, because we're going to keep him obviously, unless somebody comes in with a big offer. Now let's talk about, which I think is nonsense. Ipswich. Why would Ipswich want? No disrespect to Bishop, but why would they want Bishop? Because he doesn't seem to fit into their style of play, does he? But then you could also say he's kind of different to any other striker that they've got. But there was talk that they were going to make a little January raid, as the Sun would say, on Portsmouth. What do you think? And I know it's not our decision to make, but what do you think would be the minimum we should be letting him go for? Bought him for 500 grand, I think, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh, it's difficult. I mean, who are we selling to? Are we in this hypothetical situation?
Yeah,
Championship
club. A championship club, yeah.
Well, it's a few million, isn't it? But it's how many million are we talking?
Do you think 3?
Yeah, I think so.
3 mil. 3 mil and he goes. What about 3 mil? 3 mil for Bishop. We get in Johnson, Clark Harris, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
For $500,000.
Is he not? I thought he was. I thought he was going to Charlton. JCH.
Charlton or someone else.
Peterborough. Oh no, that's where he is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cheltenham.
But could be a bit of business, couldn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. It's exclusive. You heard it here first from the Pompey Pod. It's a Bishop to Ipswich, JCH to Fratton Park. I was going to say swap. It's not swap at all. I keep Bishop. I like Bishop. I think he will take us up if he stays.
Yeah.
And be playing for the Championship with us next season. There you go.
Well,
all right. What do you think we need? Just quickly, we'll round off. What do you think we need? What are we lacking in the squad? As in, what areas of cover are we most desperate for? I
think we need some fullbacks.
Okay.
Some defenders.
Mainly left.
Some fullbacks, some defender. Left and right. I'm still not. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'm just not.
You're not convinced with Swanson or Rafferty, are you?
No.
I've liked Rafferty the last couple of games. I think he's been one of our better players.
No, when he's like that, but I just think, I don't know. He just goes. He's just a little bit too safe for me sometimes. Just always going backwards and sideways. But I suppose I'd moan if he tried some 30-yard crossfield ball or something. And Sparks is just being odd lately. Very odd. He doesn't seem to get the cross in anymore as well. And it's just like, I was screaming at him on Monday and saying, that is your job. Just put the ball in. Just get the cross in. And
do you not think that, people were saying about Bishop not really doing a lot, but I think that's one of the main reasons we weren't getting service into him.
Yeah.
And those 3 games in particular, there weren't many crosses coming in from Sparks at all, was there?
No. No. I don't quite know.
Okay, so we need the whole of defence, backup keeper.
Yep. A midfield.
Midfield.
We're fine.
Okay.
Right. Wingers. Right or
no wide players. Yeah.
Wide players. Well, I'm happy with Kamara and Lane, but if we could get another, I think we need another backup winger or another winger to chop and change with those 2.
Or White and Scully to step up and start playing better.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
and another striker.
So even when Ying back, he'll be away for a month, won't he?
Yeah.
Do you think we still need? Do you think maybe we just get a month loan? I think we're going to be mostly loans, aren't we? I don't think we're going to be buying many people.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be mostly looking at Championship / Premier League loans.
Yeah, I think they've got to now. I think they've got to get some players in. I think.
Yeah.
It's just getting to that stage where, like you say, with that 11, very much like last season, that 11 that were on the pitch against Stevenage were good, our best 11, but it's that substitutes bench when you look at it and you think,
Yeah. And especially when you think 2 of our better players as well are on loan, so if they get recalled because they're going to be sold or whatever, Robertson and Kamara, if somebody puts in a bid for either of them, they could be called back, couldn't they? But hopefully not. All right, okay. So we're back on top. We're back to winning ways. We're not back on top. We never went anywhere from the top. We've been on top for quite a while now. This week, let's have a very quick prediction. We're playing Cheltenham away. Dull as dishwater, the game against them last time around, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts?
Fine, should be fine.
I think it will be.
Can't see a problem.
I think it will be fine as well. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Portsmouth victory.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see. So Derby are away at Fleetwood. Doesn't seem like. I want to play this weekend for whatever reason. Oh, FA Cup, isn't it? Is it FA Cup this weekend?
They've got Luton, haven't they?
Yeah. Okay. So I think really we've got to be looking for 3 points, because if we go 3 points clear, if we only draw and we're only 3 points clear with 2 games in hand, that's not a good place to be, is it?
Yeah.
Be chasing. Anyway, right, that's about it for us at the Pompey Pod. You can get in contact with us on Facebook /Pompey Pod and Twitter @Pompey Pod. We now have 43 subscribers on YouTube. Let's try and get us up to 50. It'd be great if we can get to 50, wouldn't it? By the end of Jan. If we get 7 more people by the end of Jan, this sky's the limit.
Yeah.
So if you've enjoyed this, tell your friends, get the other 45 to 50-year-old demographics involved. And we'll see you next time around. That's it for the Pompey Pod. Good night.
Bye.